Hey guys, I'm making chicken tom yum soup today. Chicken hot and sour soup, very popular dish in my family, in my country, Cambodia, and Thailand. It's absolutely delicious in my opinion, and all of us loves it, including my 6-year-old. So anyways, it's hot and sour. These are some of the ingredients that you must have for tom yum. Here is lemongrass stalks. I chopped it up and froze it, and I'm going to pound on it a little bit before I throw it in the pot. And then these are lime leaves, kaffir lime leaves, fresh from the tree. I did freeze it in the last few weeks, but it's as fresh as you're gonna get at this time of year. And these are galangal. I chopped it up and froze it, and this is what they look like frozen whole. So you must have these ingredients to have tom yum soup. Luckily, I live 0.2 of a mile from an Asian market. Thank you, Jesus. Well, today, since I don't have a great knife, I need a new knife. I didn't want to chop up the chicken and get my hands all dirty, so and struggle with it. So I just put 3 pieces of chicken thighs with bones and skin, because I wanted the chicken broth to flavor the soup. So I'm boiling the 3 thighs and throwing in the lemongrass. It's hard to talk and make this. And lime leaves. Love those lime leaves. If you've never smelled it, oh my gosh, it's amazing. And then here on the side are the rest of the ingredients that you'll need. I'm going to add a little bit of chicken bouillon. This is my favorite brand. It's like my little secret in making everything yummier. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of sugar. I'm going to add 1 big tablespoon of tom yum paste, the brand I use. There's other brand that you can use also. I use fish sauce in pretty much most of my cooking. This is not my favorite brand, but it is cheap, so that's why I'm using it, and the flavor is just as delicious. It's all about mixing it well. And like a teaspoon of salt or 2 teaspoons of salt. You just have to taste it out. And then this is optional. If you can't find it in a grocery store near you, you don't have to use it, but because I am Cambodian, this is authentic. I like to throw a tablespoon of tamarind juice in there. And this is also like a tamarind, it's tamarind seasoning mix. So it's in a powder form. This is in a juice form, but they're both tamarind. I like to add a little bit of everything. That's just how I like to do it. But you don't have to. But if you want to achieve the results of the soup that we like to eat, then you might want to play around and put a little bit of everything in it. So now I'm going to go ahead and add a teaspoon of sugar, a big heap of teaspoon of chicken bouillon, so it'll be more flavorful. And I usually do not measure, guys, so I'm going to put a little bit of salt, a teaspoon first. I can always add later. Here, about 2 tablespoons of fish sauce. If I need more, I'll add more later. And I'm going to take a big glob of tablespoon of tom yum paste and put it in there. The tamarind paste and powder goes last, so I'm not going to add that yet. So once I add this into my soup and the vegetables, my greens, my tomatoes and mushrooms, I'm going to let the vegetable cook, and then right before I serve, I put a tablespoon of this and like maybe a teaspoon of this, and then you have your soup. It's like a 10-minute dish to prepare, cook, and serve. It's pretty easy and awesome. So I'm going to pause this video because I've got to prepare my vegetables. Here are the vegetables I'm going to use in my tom yum today. These mushrooms, I'm not sure what They are, I think they're called oyster mushrooms, maybe. Found it at the Chinese market last week, and it was the only thing they had, so I picked it up. These cute little tomatoes, and these greens came from my very sweet friend Mai, her garden, and she picked it with love for me. In Georgia, she picked this like a week and a half ago, and she brought it over from Georgia, so I'm going to finish that up today in my soup. So, going to pause the video and chop up the vegetable and then throw it in my soup. Also, because I put big chunks of chicken thighs, I'm going to pull out the chicken thighs, cool it off, and pull the meat apart off the bone and throw it in the soup right before I serve it. So, check out this cute pair of mushrooms. It's like a mama and a baby mushroom. Isn't it cute? I hate to eat it, but I'm gonna have to. I'm so sorry, mushroom. So sorry. Okay, so now we're ready to add the vegetables. So this is a lot of green, so I probably shouldn't use all of it. But I have to purposely eat more greens in my old age, you know, to keep things like running smoothly, you know what I mean? Keep me fresh and green. We studied in elementary school that we are what we eat. So my philosophy is that if I want to stay fresh and green, then I'm gonna have to eat as much green as possible. That makes sense. Don't you agree? Anyways, I'm just being silly, but I do believe that actually. I think there's nothing greater than eating fresh vegetable and fruit from the garden, freshly picked. And so I'm so thankful for my greens. And even my son, my 6-year-old son, loves this green. And I think my oldest love it too. So I'm gonna add that much and save the rest for tomorrow. I'll probably add it to my soup broth tomorrow. Like I said, I have to eat a lot of greens and I enjoy it. I love meat, but I also love vegetables as well. So I'm gonna turn it up a little higher, and I'm sure I'm going to need to doctor up the soup base. Needs a little salt, a little fish sauce, and eventually when I add the tamarind, it'll be perfect. Right now it's really flavorful and not too spicy at all. Okay, so now we're pretty much done with the soup. After this, I'm going to put a little bit of the tamarind powder and a little bit of the tamarind juice. Hope I don't burn myself. And throw in my tomatoes. And then I'm going to turn it off, stir it, taste it, and serve it. That's pretty much it, guys, for my Tom Yum today. I've got a class that's starting right now, so I've got to run. Can't wait to eat this after class. Have a good day.